Good morning. Jonah, I'm here represent for DJ Grace. Grand Rising, you know. Good morning. Each and every one. Now watch the morning vibes. You don't know. DJ Grace live. Woman power. Teach and learn. So listen and learn. DJ Grace. It's the people. We always be people. See a man, we say them real too. Yeah, them deceive you. Use you, then say them no need you. We no flower, never weeble. Them sprinkle oil by a vehicle. When they rich, everybody want to meet you. When they poor, them mistreat you. Them want to beat you, delete you. Not even drunk or want to eat you. All your gal you want to breathe to. And your brother in the street too. You need to. Because I'm cover up where we need to. Not just the wolf, run where all the sheep too. Who you least expect them want you cover up na the sheet too. Them evil, I wonder if you see it too. DJ Grace. Them thing that I sleep. DJ Grace. Teach and learn. Woman power. Strike the logo, you know? Yeah. Stand by, papi. Grace, tell me all violence to stop. When we can't keep a dance, them tear them all we shop. Kill me with tax, when I mess up forgot. When cover ball I grew up, I'ma play them on my part. Kill out with friend them and them fools who forgot. No sell out, but them farmer and them not produce no crap. Nowadays, all rata set a trap. This is
Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome to Teach and Learn with your host, DJ Grace. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. Unless I saw you, I see you. Blessing to Millicent tuning in right now, alright? Alright, big up yourself, Father Cut Slave. Alright, please to share people, you know, make some party watches and them things. Please to share, invite up, let them know that Teach and Learn is on, okay? We are going to be continuing our topic from yesterday. So today is part 2. Yes, so who didn't get to participate yesterday, didn't get to call in, you get what I'm saying, you have a chance today to do so. So the topic for today is what age do you think that, you know, a parent should stop taking responsibility for their children or their child? All right, so that's what we will continue talking today, as well as, you know, I have few clips I want to play and we could talk about it as well. We are here 11:30 until 1 o'clock today, 2 hours. All right, so let's make use of it. All right, please and thank you. Hi, Samuel.
Life short and at the time we sell a shop. Even though things slow like a phone full of app. Grace, life sweet, I could have called it so what's up. The wise man, build him house up on a rock. The foolish man, sell everything because of crack. But know you ugly up the flow up on the track. Grace, but it's the key link to the lyrics. Me a ja Grace, Teach and Learn, Grand Rising, Woman Power, is it? Strike the logo. No surrender, no retreat, is it? Yeah. Yo, DJ Grace, this is just a message.
Alright, the numbers are pinned there for you to call in. Grand Rising, Sister Sherry, Grand Rising, Sims, Grand Rising, Joy. Alright, so please to share, and the numbers are there to interact. Alright, so please feel free to call in. You know, it would be beautiful if you could call in and give us testimonies today as well. You know, you want to call in to pray, give testimony, or you want something to talk about, you have a burning issue you want to talk about, you can feel free to call in. All right, you can call in Messenger, Facebook, or you can touch the invite button if you want to be seen. Okay, so you could do that, or you could call WhatsApp Messenger. All right, thank you. Please to share. All right, so I'm gonna start and I'm gonna play something. All right, I'm gonna play this clip here. How to move out of your parents' house with no money. All right, so you know this is based on the topic that we're talking about from yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. Hear what this lady has to say.
Sis, you trying to get out your parents' house? You trying to move out, but you ain't got no money? Well, I got you. Today, I'm here to tell you how you can move out your parents' house, but you don't got no money. Because that was me. And I moved out. And I ain't going back. I moved out. I ain't going back. So, not that I don't like my parents or nothing. They cool people, but, you know, I just like my freedom. And y'all might too. Y'all might like y'all parents, but y'all just want y'all freedom. Or y'all don't like y'all parents, so y'all want your freedom. Whatever your issue is and whatever reason you want to move out, I'm here to help you on today. So, before I get started though, what I'm going to need y'all to do is hit the like button, comment on this video, tell me you're excited to watch it, and tell me you're ready to watch. Subscribe. That's what I'm going to need y'all to do before. It might seem obvious to some, but I'm going to need you to get a job, sis. Because you could start with zero, you know. However, you need something to put on the books. You need something to give to the apartment complex or house that you're going to move into. I can't really give y'all tips on moving into a house because I never moved into a house yet. But I'm going to give y'all these tips on, you know, moving into an apartment. So like I said, I really need you to get a job, sis. Okay, you don't have to make an extravagant amount of money. You don't have to make thousands and thousands of dollars a month, but it will help. So get a job. When I first moved out, I was working at a restaurant. I was a waitress and making decent money. Our wage at the time was $8 an hour, minimum wage, plus my tips. So I probably was bringing home.
All right, this is her way. All right, moving out without money. So she's letting you know how did she manage, and you know how did she handle her situation when she get out of her parents' house, when she become the age of consent. But she did it without money. So she's giving you a little idea. You know, you may have your own way, but you know, I'm just playing this clip so you might hear one or two things that could help you if you are someone wondering you want to get up but you don't have money, you're wondering how it's going to work out for you. So you know, okay,
approximately $1,000
Grand Rising Andrew
to $1,200 a month for myself. And I also had other bills at the time. I had a car note as well, just make sure I was taken care of. So if you don't have any other bills and you're only going to be paying your rent and, you know, utility stuff, you might not need to be making even that much. But for me personally, I needed to make that much to pay my other bills and stuff. So, yes, make sure you guys get a job because that's important. Also, a tip going along with that, before you move out, decide if you want to move out on your own or get roommates. I currently live with roommates and I have been since I was a freshman in college. I moved out my sophomore year. I don't really consider my freshman year moving out because I lived in a dorm. But when I moved to an apartment or whatever, figure out if you're going to live by yourself or get you roommates, because that's going to determine how much you need to be making to pay your rent, pay your bills, and all that kind of stuff. I decided to live with 2 roommates, and I have been doing that ever since sophomore year in college, and it just helps, you know, not live above your means, because I would love to have my own apartment, but sis, we can't afford that right now. We're a college student, and that's not in the budget. Okay, so definitely I advise getting roommates if you can't afford to move out on your own. And my advice for roommates, picking your roommates, is make sure they can be your friend, but not too close to a friend to where you're gonna end up losing a friend, you know, over it. You have to make sure you guys have boundaries and things like that, but not be too, like, I'm a real chill roommate. I don't care what you do, just don't overstep any like boundaries that are like common sense boundaries. I don't have anything like above the top rules or something like that. Just to respect one another and everything like that. So my roommates are cool. I'll do a roommate tag maybe soon with my new roommates. Yeah, let me know if you guys want that below. But anyways, so definitely don't live beyond your means and figure out if you want roommates, if you can afford not to have roommates or whatever the case may be. Third, so you might start with 0, right? But however, you do need to save up just at least a little bit to be able to put your first month's rent and your security deposit down. I advise you to save up enough for at least 3 to 6 months by yourself. of just your personal bill, you know. So I pay $500 for rent for my space. So if I were to save 3 months worth, that means I need to save $1,500 of just my rent money to make sure I'm good for at least 3 months if something happened to where I lose my job, which I did. If you guys want to look at that video, I'll link it down below. It's not funny, I know, I just laughed, but definitely check that out, because I am clearly survived. I have a new job now. I didn't have a stable job for 2 months after I lost my job, but you know.
I agree with her. I agree with her, you know. Definitely, if you're gonna wanna get out your parent house, getting a job is very, very important. You need to get a job. And I like what she's saying, because what you're doing, you're preparing yourself for the out there world. So she's saying that, you know, save up 3 to 6, you know, money, you know, before you get out there. So when you get out and you get somewhere to rent, you can actually balance yourself. You understand? Because you're working enough, but you can balance yourself. So you save up that money before you actually go out there on your own. So I like her way of approaching things, right?
I had the money saved up, so I was able to still pay my bills. So I think that's really important. They say 6 months to a year. I think it's a little hard for when you're a college student and you're just paying a portion of rent, and you are paying for other things as well. But if you can do that, I advise that as well. So make sure you're saving up at least 3 to 6 months rent before you move out, just so you could have some backup. Next, my next tip. What am I on? Like tip number 4 or 5, whatever I'm on. I don't know. Who's counting? Hope maybe you guys are writing these. Take some notes. Next, I know it might sound scary for some because they hear horror stories on credit and getting a credit card. However, it's very important to build your credit, because when you are applying for your apartments in your homes, they do check your credit. If you don't have no credit, how do they know you're reliable? How do they know you're going to pay your bills on time? You know, and there's a lot of things that factor into credit. I think I'm going to do a video. I'm starting this new series. I didn't even say that in the beginning. This is a new series, Adulting 101. Okay, welcome to the first episode of Adulting 101. So, anyways, this is the first episode. So, anyway.
Okay. Yes, she touched some point there. I have to say, I do agree there. You have to prepare yourself. Most definitely. You have to prepare yourself. Alright? I like what she was saying. Alright. I'm going to play another bit as well. Another tips on moving on your own. You know? Hear what she have to say as well. Remember, the lines are open for you to call in. Alright? This is part 2 from yesterday.
Just because you can afford something doesn't mean that you should just always get it either. Where's my water?
Who you want? Who you like? Baby, tell me who you loving. Last time I checked, it was
at my own place. I was about 20, 21, and I had like a waitressing job. But luckily, when you have a waitressing job, you get paid every day. You don't get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks.
Okay, she left her parents. I was 2021. Not bad.
Literally, from you get the tips that you get at the end of the night, you can save. So I thought to myself, you know what? Good, I can finally have enough money to get my own place and pay all my bills. That is very important. Don't go and get an apartment and just think to yourself, oh, I got $5,000 saved up. That's good for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? No. First of all, you want to have money. For me, like I had 5 months rent ahead of time. Like I saved like what is it, like 5,000 or something like that. I saved up for my apartment. But you got to find an apartment that is within your budget. You don't want to go over budget or get something too expensive where, you know, you could afford your bills and your rent, but you can never go out with your friends because you're always broke. I know myself, I used to literally, like when my sisters would be like, oh, let's go out. I'm like, no, I got to pay my rent. I got to pay my rent. Even though I had saved up like $5,000, it wasn't enough because once I paid my rent for those few months, I found myself struggling trying to make ends meet because if you work as a waitress, then you know during like the summertime it's really slow. So my bills was piling up, honey, and I end up making like payment arrangements on my cable bill, on my phone bill, and then I just had it up to here with my bills to where I freaking like
moved back with my mom. Yeah, I ended up moving back with my mom. Not with my first apartment, but my last apartment, I ended up moving back with my mom just to grind a little bit more, to make more money so I could live a certain lifestyle. Because like I said, you know, it's not easy when you have your own place and you have your bills coming at you at once. You might think you have it under control, but what if you lose your job? Or what if your job is not paying as much as it did before? Because that was my case. That was the reason why I ended up moving in with my mom, because I was not making enough money. Or not even I was not making enough money. I can pay my bills and my rent and stuff, but I didn't have extra money. So when my siblings would ask me to go out, or friends, I'd be like, I don't got it. Like spending $30 on a meal was just too much for me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even have an iPhone. I had like a Metro PCS phone because I couldn't even afford an iPhone. And that is not how anyone should live. You don't want to live to pay bills, okay? I know that's adulthood, that's adult life. You all pay bills, but you want to make sure that how much your rent and your bills is, you're making way more than that. You know, you're bringing in more than that, so that you can be able to like pay your bills, go grocery shopping, go regular shopping, get your nails, your feet done without feeling like, damn, I need to pay my cable. I can't even treat myself, because that's going to put you in a really great depression. I was very depressed when I moved into my last place. The first place I got was actually a room for rent, and I noticed that I was actually more happier when I had that room for rent, because it was only $150 a week and it was utilities included. And I was 21 at the time when I got that. And I was able to go out with my friends. I still had that waitressing job, so $150, what? That was nothing to shell out every week. But when I moved into my apartment that I could no longer like really afford, my last apartment that I'm telling you guys that I was like depressed about because all my money was going to my rent and my bills, that rent was like $1,000. So it was a big difference. And that's why I said it's very important that, you know, you get a place that you can not only afford, but you can still maintain your own lifestyle. And
good point. You have to get a place that you can afford. You understand me? I like that. Very important point.
Still go out and not feel like, you know, your apartment is a burden to you. Because once you feel like your apartment is a burden to you, you no longer can really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, if you have your own place and you're messing with a man that can't even help you with a bill or two, take a trash bag and throw him away. Because you don't want, you know, because dudes love it when you say you have your own crib. Because they know they can come on, you know what I'm saying? Go in your bed, y'all do the do. No. Even to this day, no. I'm not dating right now, and if I do have a boyfriend, like, you know, I'm not saying like, all right, you gotta pay my bills because he does not live here. But if I do fall short and I need something paid, he should be paying a bill or two. Don't let society make you feel like you're a gold digger. No, you're not. Because if you're single and if you're in a relationship and you're struggling, you're single, sis. Period. So I know I'm going off track here because there's so much I want to tell you guys because I have so much experience with this. But bear with me. I'm gonna get to the point. So when I first moved out, when I was 21, I had a room for rent. I paid $150. I was able to pay all my bills and then some. Had a gym member.
I like how this girl, I like how she talk. She's ready for the world. She's ready. Grand rising, blessings.
And everything, living my best life. Then I moved to my next place, and it was $1,000 a month, and I had to pay my bills, and it was just too much. You know what's crazy? I wasn't even prepared to move into that place. You have to prepare yourself, because if you don't, you're just gonna be in hella debt. Like, I moved in not having money for furniture because I'm like, oh, I could just buy furniture. Like, for how much does furniture cost? It's not that much. Furniture is very expensive, to the point where I remember I had got like my
Yes, that's what I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, when I went on my own, I didn't worry about everything, because when you try to worry about everything, then you get nothing done. You just drift into depression. You have to jot down what is most important. You understand, and you deal with what is most important, and then you move on to the next thing and to the next. As I said, when I just moved on my own, at the age 19, what I did, I got a bed because I want a bed to sleep on. I could always eat out, so I didn't say stove was the main thing. I know I got a bed. I got a little kettle. You understand? You got to make tea, but you can eat out. So the bed is most important because I wasn't gonna sleep on the floor. So, but if you're gonna say, oh, I want a bed, I want a fridge, I want a stove, I want this, I want that, then you're gonna be depressed. Yeah, man, you take your time and buy little stuff them. And I as I said yesterday, I got everything. I had everything when I just moved out as a little young girl on my own. I have everything as for my comfort. The only thing I didn't had was I didn't care to buy was you know, a washing machine, because you know, grandma taught me, man, how to use them hands. You know, so I'm an old school girl. You know, I was an old school girl. Didn't do machine. I just used my hands, because as I said yesterday, I think that machine, my hand wash better than machine. Yeah, so that was when I was back home. Yes, in Jamaica. So yes, so very important. One step at a time. And don't rent an apartment that you can't manage. You understand? Because you're gonna look and say, oh, I'm working, or I can go on my own now, and I can find the month in the back for, you know, the deposit for this month, next month. But you never know what might come up. So get something, get an apartment that you know that you can manage, you can afford. You understand? Yes, man. Get an apartment that you know you can afford. You don't want to put your head where you can't reach it, innit? Yes, man. So I like how this girl talk. I like how she talk.
Our first bedroom set from Rent-A-Center, because it was only like $40
all right, for those
a week.
who just tuning in, we are continuing yesterday's topic, and you know, yesterday's topic is at what age you think a parent should stop taking responsibility for their child or children. All right, so this is what we're talking about. We continue the topic from yesterday. All right, blessings. All right, I got a call, so you know I love my calls, so I'm going to pause this video, and I'm going to take my call. The first call for today. Grand Rising.
Pleasant morning to everyone on the line.
Yes,
hope
brother.
you all have a blessed day that the Almighty God create for all of us. You know, whatever nation you are. Yeah, with me and my kids now, yeah. I have no limit, yeah, to let my kids go from the home. The only time when I will let my kids go from the home if they want to do so. Yeah. No, but if they want to do so, then I wouldn't stop them from doing so. But I wouldn't have no specific time or no special time when my kids to go. Yeah. And I will say this and I say again, if they are rude kids, if they are rude, yeah, to my relation, which is my missus or their mom or my girlfriend or their stepmom or whoever, they have to go. Because that's when I see they becomes, you know, they want to be their big woman, I want to be their big man. So then you have to go. But as long as they haven't involved in our relationship, we're happy living, happy going, live until you're ready to go. You know, live until you're ready to go. That's my bit. So I wouldn't say, oh, I have an age.
Okay.
Put on my kids when they're 18, 20, 22, 20. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
You have manners in the home. Yeah, and we can live with the stepmom or whoever. Happily going. You don't use stuff, leave in the sink. Go in the bathroom, use the bathroom, leave your stuff them all over the place, messing up the place. And from you not doing that, and you're doing the right thing, there we go.
Okay then.
You know?
Alright.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's one of the things for now. Speak back to you later.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright. There you hear a dad speak, okay? He said that he doesn't have a time when his children has to leave as long as they are being respectful. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to continue to play this clip. Come on, mothers and fathers, we want to hear what you have to say. Alright? Or, you know, you could call in if you are still living with your parents, or, you know, you could tell us what age did you leave your parents' home. Let us interact. Alright, let me see some comments as well. Let me read some comments. And the lines are open, or you can touch the invite button if you want to come on the live. Alright? Alright. I like this girl. She's talking some facts. If you do, when you do get out there, get on your own, you have to know how to manage yourself. Alright?
like you pay it off like that, like a $2,000 furniture, you just pay $40 a week. But if you pay your furniture $40 a week, and let's say you get a place that utility is not included, so you got to pay for cable, you got to pay for water, you got to pay for gas on top of your rent, how are you going to survive? You know what I'm saying? Don't try to impress people and get a nice lavish apartment that you cannot afford to upkeep. So it's very important. What I would have told my younger self is to, girl, I know this apartment is gorgeous, because everyone who came to that apartment used to tell me like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I used to love the fact that I was young and I had my own place. You know, that was going on my second place, because when I had the room for rent, I really wanted my own apartment, because I had a roommate and she was nasty as fuck. She was like 40 years old, bringing guys, different random guys, back and forth. I just had to go. And I didn't even know her. When you rent a room, you don't necessarily know the person. The landlord just rents it to you. It was beautiful. It looked like an apartment, but we shared the same bathroom and kitchen. And, you know, I just had to get out of there. So I feel like, okay, God blessed me with an apartment, but it was too expensive for me. And I noticed that I was keeping up with my bills. I was never evicted. By the grace of God, I wasn't evicted. But, you know, I felt like I was trying to keep my...
Okay, someone said my daughter is due back to live with me from university after 3 years. Okay, okay. How old is your daughter? How old is your daughter? All right.
Above water, and like just not being able to maintain it. I wasn't happy no more, because I couldn't go out with my friends, like I said. And if you're young, if you're watching this, it's because you're probably young, you want your own place. Keep that in mind, that you need not a lot of money, but you need money in your savings account. You need emergency money. And when you have your own place, like when you move into your apartment, like always have your rent money like 2 months ahead. So what I mean by that is like let's say when I get paid, right? I make sure before I even spend money on anything, I have 2 months rent. So just in case of anything, any emergency where something happens, I don't have enough or whatever, I know I can go in my savings and I have my rent money in my savings. And it's very important to have your rent money more than your utilities, because your light could be off, your cable could be off. But once you don't got your rent money, your landlord do not want to hear that.
I like how she's speaking now, because I know everyone can take a little page out of her book, because you have some people who just spend wrong and just buy stuff that they don't really need, and then, you know, they all run up in bankruptcy and all them things. So, you know, everyone could take a little page out of her book. I like how she's talking. I like how she's talking, because some people put them out for them can't reach it, or them basket or whatever, but them can't reach it. So I like how this girl talking. Yeah, because some people really, you understand what I said to you, doing the thing the wrong way.
I remember, like, I got into it with my landlord because I was like $30 short, but I really didn't have it like that. And I felt like, you know, and when you don't have your rent money, your landlord looks at you and just start disrespecting you. You know, when people have to come and knock on your door for the rent, you know what I'm saying? You guys are going to end up being in a lot of verbal arguments, and next you know, it could get physical. Luckily, that didn't happen for me. I just said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to move into my mom's house and start over. But some people can't just move into your parents' house and start over. So, you know, learn from my mistakes. If you cannot afford an apartment, don't get it yet. I don't care how bad your circumstances is, because your circumstances will get worse if you just move into an apartment and just think that because you have $4,000 saved up, that you're good. No. Before you move in an apartment, if you cannot afford to pay your rent and then have another rent money saved in your savings account, then you're not ready to move into an apartment. I mean, you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck and pay month to month. Even me, I feel like altogether, I think my bills is probably like $600 probably for utilities and everything, a little bit more or less, I'm not sure. But I always make sure that I have my rent and my bills for the next month in my savings account.
All right, someone said, "Call, I disagree with you. That's a red flag." Someone say, "I can relate to this girl too." Okay,
because that's just how I move, and I feel like with this economy, look how the government shutdown happened, and a lot of people that work for the federal government, you know, they were either getting evicted from them homes from their homes. they were devastated. And that's something that I think about all the time. I actually didn't start doing this until I found out about the federal the government shutdown, because that's scary. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go from living a certain way to now not knowing where you're going to sleep at night. That's very scary. And that's why I strongly suggest that you ladies or guys.
All right. Someone say, 15, I left home to start my own life. Wanting to grow up too quickly. And life, I realized that I left no knowledge of the things, cooking, cleaning, put my roles as a mother was to still this into my child. This woman got a good head on her shoulder. Okay, your left was 15, so okay, with no, yes. I mean, 15 to go on your own is a little bit too early. It's a little bit too early, but still you have some people go out there from me. I've heard people say them go out there from them at 14, 15, and they just gotta do what they gotta do. Depends on the circumstances. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're very responsible with your money. A lot of
you can really face a hard time if you go out there and don't ready. If you're not ready to go out there and you go out there, you could face some really tough times. Get what I'm saying? Real.
People, we're not responsible with our money, and we think, we're gonna get paid again. It's fine. No, if you know that you need $100 to pay your cable bill is due next week, but you want your nails done now, guess what? Wait, pay your cable bill. Wait until you get paid again. Then get your nails done. You got to put your priorities first. All of that, those are luxuries. That's not a necessity. You want to, and especially don't forget about it if you want to get a car. Me, I don't have a purpose.
Yes, and as a young girl that went on my own, I have never ever owed a rent. My rent was always paid on time. All my bills was always paid on time. Because I cut my eye pass. As she's saying, the nails want to do, the hairs want to do, you may want a new piece of garment. I cut my eye past those things. You know what I'm saying? Make sure my bills pay, I work and save my money. After a period of time, I could buy whatever I wanted to buy. You understand? Or do what I wanted to do with myself or so, Yeah, I like what you're talking.
A car because I live in New York and I take Ubers everywhere. I'm gonna end up getting a car, but once again, I want to make sure that my means of income is straight before I go and add another bill, because I don't want just any hoopty. I want a nice car. So if I want a nice car, I put in my head, all right, that's an extra $1,000 or more a month on the car note and the insurance. Can you afford it? And just because you can afford something doesn't mean that you should just always get it either. Where's my water? So thirsty, I hope I'm not all over the place, guys. Like I said, I've been on my own for like 6 years now. So, minus the year that I spent with my mom, but I know everything there needs to know about apartments and saving and stuff like that. So, saving is very important before you even move in your apartment. Not only saving, but make sure that you have enough in your savings to cover your rent for the next month and enough money to cover your bills for the next month. And guess what? And guess what? Don't touch that money. Let it pile up. That's the best way to save money, because you know that, like let's say your bill is your rent is like $650, because that's how much my rent was before. I had an apartment and it was $650.
Don't touch that money. When I used to save my money, man, and my money that I save, the money I put away, I don't touch it for anything. I just tell myself that I'm broke. When I put my saving money away, and then I have my little pocket money different. When that finish, I tell myself as a little young girl that I'm broke. I never touch my money, never for nothing. Yeah, I make sure my bills pay, my saving money just keep there and pile up. I never touched it. Yeah.
So I would save up. What is it, like $1,300? Yeah, I'll save up like $1,300, because I know that, okay, I have $650 for the rent this month and $650 for next month just in case. So when next month comes and everything's okay and I'm able to pay my bills regularly, I add another $650. So now I have $1,300 in my savings account, and you get my drift, and keep doing that every month. Now you're going to have a good savings, and you know that in case of a rainy day, you can take from your savings and pay your bills. Okay, so if you want to save money and you want to have like a lump sum of money, don't just say, okay, I'm saving, so let me put $50, let me put $100. That's not money. That's not money. You got to put a large amount of money. So I read this somewhere. Did I read it or I saw it on a show probably. But always save more than you spend. So let's say you have $1,000. Take $400 to yourself and save $600. And I know it's probably so hard and difficult because we always want to go out and treat ourselves and go shopping. But what's more? Would you rather spend $2,000 on like a Fendi shirt, or would you rather have $2,000 in your account? So just in case for emergency, you always got it. Because, I don't know about you, but I hate asking people for money. I hate asking people for handouts. I love God, and God tells me, honey, that you, my child, is a lender and not a borrower.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Another way I noticed that I save my money or I make lots of more money, this is off topic, is that every first of the month, I always tithe. I give 10% in church. I give 10%. Or sometimes, if I don't give that 10%,
good.
like whether it's $300 or $400, I might give it to somebody in need randomly in the street. Like that's what I do, or I give it to a family member that I know that really needs it. But I always take 10% of my income and give it back to God, just to show God, like, thank you. And when I tell you that scripture is nothing but the truth, you reap what you sow. If you reap grudgingly, you will also receive grudgingly. If you sow a good seed, you will see an abundance. And I'm not trying to shove God down anybody's throats, or if you don't believe in God or tithing, you don't have to do this. But if you do tithe and you do believe in God, comment below if I'm not lying right over here, if I'm telling the truth. Because I noticed that when I didn't tithe, I would be struggling. But when I do tithe and be like, and just give it and don't regret it, just give it, I'm always good. God always provides for me. And speaking of God, even when I was in my rough times, because my mom didn't have it, my sisters ain't have it to lend it to me, lend me some rent money to pay my bills. I literally had to grind myself. And if it wasn't for God, I don't know where would I be, because I used to just pray to God, please, like, let me just get my rent money, God, let me get this together. And like for instance, this is so scary. I would pray, God, I need $100 more for my rent, and I would work as a waitress, and then my first shift, like my first table, gives me like $100 cash tip. Like, I think something told me to give this to you. Woo! I feel goosebumps right now. Like, I don't know about you guys, I feel goosebumps right now because God is so real. Comment below if that happens to you, where you really in hard time and you really need something, and just the perfect time, God comes through for you in miraculous ways, mysterious ways. That's why I truly believe when God blesses you, you have to be a blessing to others. That's why I want to start cash apping my Bella Gang subscribers money and stuff like that, because you guys, I feel like, you deserve it. And on top of that, I like to give without receiving. I really like being a giver. So I can't wait till one day I become a millionaire, because I'm gonna be the first millionaire in my family. I feel it. I'm gonna speak to existence. And when I am a millionaire, come back to this video. I'm gonna make sure that my word is my bond. I'm gonna make sure that I help many people and
Great. Coming from a young lady. Okay, beautiful. All right, the lines are open to call in and interact and say something on the topic. All right. What age do you think that a parent should stop taking responsibility for their child or their children? All right. Call in and let us hear what you have to say. All right. Let me play another clip in the meanwhile until I get a call. If I get a call, I will give
What's going on, guys?
Alright. Alright. Someone say it was for me. This was wanting to live the big life. Okay, big worldwide. I wish at times I was forbidden to do. My children at home. My eldest son, 23, saving for his home while working. Okay, someone says some people can be more responsible at 15 than a 50-year-old, but people can take advantage of you. That's the problem. But never underestimate a young level-headed with added added youth. We all should take note of this inspirational young woman. Okay, blessing Jason. Pleased to add you. Okay, do you want to call in? You could call me and WhatsApp. I'm gonna tag my number. Okay. Yes, caller. You live again.
Yeah, good day to you all. I'm referring to someone on your program make a comment about age 15. She left home. I know she is not like so old, right? It's like she didn't want to leave the home. Yeah, at 15. But for me as a dad, you couldn't leave the home. I wouldn't allow you to leave the home at 15. You know, me and you would have to have a ray about that, because me and you would have to have a proper conversation about leaving the home at the age of 15. You know, I would have to find out why you want to leave the home at 15. What's the decision? What plans you have and everything. I wouldn't allow you to leave the home at 15. I would never ever let you do that. You know.
Okay.
So that's another buzz there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak
okay.
again as it comes.
All right, caller. Thank you. Okay, he said that he would never let his daughter leave the house at 15. Yeah, that was a bit young, but you know, people do make mistake in life. People do make mistake. You know, you never know. You never know. Some of us who make some wrong choices, most of the time we always come out most victorious. You understand? We have to go out there and face life and see what life is like. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Let me play this clip. Come on, get them phone ringings. Come on. Let's interact. Come on. Very important topic. We are on part 2 from yesterday. Let us hear your views on this topic. All right. Let me play this clip.
It's Lee. Thanks for watching Hang with Lee TV. And of course, I am Lee. And today I'm going to talk about how to move and things to consider before moving out of your parents' house. Now, when it comes down to it, there are 2 scenarios where you'll find yourself moving out of your parents' house. It's basically planned and unplanned. When it comes down to it, the planned option is always going to be the best option, right? We just know, hands down, planning to move out of your parents' house is the best scenario. Maybe somewhere around your teens, you started to dream and think about the day that you got to move out of your parents' house and live on your own, and you don't have to worry about cleaning your room or taking out the trash or washing those dishes in the sink. But now that moment has come and you have to decide what you need to have before you move out. Now the other scenario is basically unplanned. Now it's exactly what it sounds like. You did not plan to move out of your parents' house. Basically your parents came to you and told you that it's time for you to leave. And now you find yourself watching this video. Now there are a few things to consider. Now the first thing is going to be money. Now
okay, let me read this comment. Okay, let me read this comment. I leave home. This is another person talking about 15. All right, I leave home from I was 15 years old to stay from I was 15 years old, yeah, to stay here in New York with my family. All right, but they put me out after 3 weeks. Okay, he's a Jamaican. Okay, so you moved to New York with family and they put you out after 3 weeks. Wow. So I stayed in an old car. Okay, I'm from Jamaica. Today I'm a business owner with my own home and still in New York. Wow. I would love to talk to you now. I'm gonna pin my number there for you to call in, all right? I would like to hear some of the things you go through and how do you get from being homeless to a business owner. We'd love to talk to you. So the number is there, but I'm going to pin my number and you add me to WhatsApp. All right? And you add me to WhatsApp and you I would love to talk to you. All right? All right. Home life, some are not privileged to have good parenting. Yes, that is true. All right. Let me pin my number.
Money. How do you get money? You get a job usually, right? So make sure that you have a steady income. Make sure you have a steady position somewhere. So make sure you have a job, basically, right? Make sure you have a job. That's right. Doesn't sound too bad. Get a job. That's the first thing you do, right? Now, it can't just be any job. It has to be a legitimate job, right? It has to be reliable. It has to be legal. Make sure the job is legal. Just something important I thought I would throw out there. So the second thing you want to make sure that you have is a healthy savings account. Now, you want to make sure that you have money set aside in case anything were to happen. You want to basically have a cushion for yourself. So I think that a healthy savings account when moving out of your parents' house is at least $2,000. So make sure you put aside at least $2,000 if you can, if you're able to actually plan. Now, in addition to that, what you want to make sure you have, if you can, is an emergency fund. Now, your emergency fund should be between $1,000 and $2,000. Now, that emergency fund is exactly what it sounds like. It's for emergencies. So if you have car issues, unplanned medical expenses, if you lose your job, that's pretty much what your emergency fund will be for. All right, so the next thing is pretty easy to overlook until you're actually in that moment, and that is cookware. Make sure that you have cookware. So pots and pans and forks and knives and cutting boards and things like that. Tupperware. I don't know if you like Tupperware. Make sure you have all of these things before you move out if you can. Now, this is going to be very important because when you move out, what are the first things that you're going to notice when you come home from work, okay? Because you're going to have a job to get that money we talked about, right? You're going to realize that you have to do it all. You have to cook. You've got to clean. You got to do everything. So having cookware is going to allow you to do those things. Another important thing is furnishing your apartment. Now, a lot of people, when they move out, they want to go ahead and just go gung-ho and they want to buy.
Okay, that's the number. That's the number in the comment section again. Okay, it's been there as well. So you could add me to WhatsApp and let's talk. All right.
Every and anything that they need for their apartment all at one time. Now, I think that if you're moving out for the first time, that you should be very careful and calculated about what you buy and when you buy things. So you need to make sure that you take your time. Just get the bare essentials first. Top of that. So some of the main things you're going to need, obviously, is going to be a bed, right? Definitely need a place to sleep at the end of the day. You're going to want to have somewhere to sit. So you're maybe getting a couch, right? And maybe a dining room table or a kitchen table or something like that, so you can actually eat the food that you prepare, right? Because mom and dad, they're not doing that for you anymore, right? So make sure that you have those bare essentials and then build on from that. You know, get those other things that you might think about getting. Get those other things that you would love to have a little bit further down the line, but make sure that you furnish your apartment at a steady rate. Don't go out and buy any and everything unless you've planned for it and the expense is reasonable relative to you moving out. Some of the best places to look at first when you move out are going to be IKEA. Okay, you're going to want to visit Walmart for a lot of things, and definitely the dollar store. Okay, so these might be some places that you've never been before, or that you don't go, or that you avoid. When you move out for your very first time, you're going to want to go to those places, and you're going to be there pretty often. Believe me. One of the last things to think about when you're moving out is whether or not you want a roommate. So when you move into a place, it's going to cost you a certain amount of money per month, right? Having a roommate is going to cut down on those expenses a lot. So you want to think about whether or not you want a roommate. If you can stand a roommate, if that's just even something that crosses your mind, you want to think about it depending on where you want to live and what kind of place you want to live in. How close do you want to be to the action? If you want to live in the city, if you want to be close to places that you frequent, if you want to live close to your friends or family or whatever it is, you got to consider those things. So make sure that you take that into consideration. And if for some reason you're not too crazy about living with a roommate, but it's something that you have to do, just put a time limit on that. So if you want to have a roommate for maybe a year, then maybe just have a roommate for 1 year. But it's really up to you. Everything is all up to you at this point, and you control, what happens. So think about those things when you move out. Now, if you found...
So true. So true.
It's time to get out of your mother.
So true. You got to prepare yourself before you actually get out. Yes. Ready yourself, and as we were saying yesterday, it's a parent's duty to make sure they prepare. The word prepare their children for the outside world when the time comes for them, to make that decision. Be prepared. And once you're prepared, you have nothing to worry about. in my opinion, the parents' responsibility. Make sure you go to school. You know, if you have to go to college, you go to college. But after college, man, it's your time to then go out and, you know, start making life on your own. All right, you know, I want to play a clip, just a small clip. I come across, yeah, with this lady, that has been fired from her job just recently after, you know, persons are protesting, you know, for, you know what's going on right now, Black Lives Matters, and for this racist thing to stop. And in the midst of this nice young lady lost her job. But I'm going to play this little clip, and you know, you could let me know what you think about it. All right, let me know what you think about it. All right.
Okay, so I normally don't go live, but I just got fired from my job. I'm the only black person that works here, and they just freaking fired me. Let me get out. Right? This is where I work. He just fired me because earlier a patient, we had a conversation. It was 4 of us. I was the only black person. And they literally was saying talking about the rioters, saying how, you know, they don't understand whatever. All I said was they were rioting and protesting because a white officer murdered a black man that was unarmed. And I went to lunch, came back, did my day, was doing my notes, and he literally just fired me. Like, for no reason. I said, why? He couldn't even give me a reason. I said, is it because of my hair? Like, is it my hair? Is it because of the patients? Like, did I not take care of the patients? Is it my hair? He can't even give me a reason. In Gulfport, Mississippi. Just fired me because I'm black. Seriously. And now they bitch asses locking the doors thinking like I'm gonna do something. Like, don't nobody want to do nothing to you. See how long I can stay out here before they call the cops. I bet they're calling cops. I asked him, he said every day I have to make a decision based on the company. It's a small business. It's only 4 of us that work here. Every day.
Wow. What do you think about this, people? I don't see why she should get fired, because she haven't said anything wrong there. Don't it? She haven't said anything wrong there for her to get fired. It's sad about what is really going on in the world today. It is so sad. Unbelievable, don't it? Wow. It's crazy. Alright, so the lines are open. You want to talk on the topic, or you want to let us hear what you have to say? What's going on your end? What's going on? Alright.
I worship
beautiful song. Alright? Come on, get them phones ringing. You want to call and give a testimony? You want to talk on the topic? Alright? Or you want to tell us what's going on in your country? Let's talk. We have an hour left to go. Alright? Teach and learn. What do you have to teach us today?
Every heart, I worship you. I worship you. You are turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. We make a miracle walking, promise keeper, light in the darkness. That is who you are. We make a miracle walking, promise keeper, light of the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You wipe away all tears. You mend the broken heart. You're the answer to it all.
Alright. So I have a clip here that I'm gonna play. Alright. Let me play a clip here, people. 10 things that you should never say to your child. Alright. The lines are open if you wanna talk on the topic. Oh, where are those people that say I must bring back the topic today? I don't see you like calling in at all. Where are the people that say I should bring back this topic because they have something to say on the topic? Come on. People said I must bring back this topic today, you know. And they want to talk about it. But I don't see nobody calling in. What's going on? Alright, someone say white people need to stop all the racism and come together with whatever color our brothers and sisters are. God bless. Okay, beautiful statement. Coming from a white man, right? I like that. Big up yourselves, Sims, alright? Big up yourselves. Oh my God. Wow.
This article was written by Michelle Crouch from Parents Magazine. I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to go look at the article. 10 things you should never say to your kids. This was an interesting article, and as a psychologist, it caught my attention. Now, hopefully you're already aware of the obvious ones, okay? Like saying, oh, she's the cute one. Oh, really? Be careful with that one, right? Or he's the smart one, or she's the athletic one. Putting these labels on our kids doesn't help. Just wait till your father gets home. Do you remember that one? Yeah, not particularly helpful. Or, why can't you be more like your brother? All right? These are the obvious ones. We're not going to go there today. This particular article triggered some thinking for me, and I wanted to share with you a few psychological insights into what the article mentioned. So, the first one is, great job. Wait, what? You're not supposed to say that to your kids? We all say that, right? There's a good point behind this. We don't want to create a scenario where our children are dependent on our own approval or affirmations for what it is that they are doing. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying great job to your kid. What if you were to be more specific? So, when your child comes home from school and has a good grade on their report card, great job! As opposed to something like, instead try, I noticed that you got an A in English. How do you feel about that? Okay, so we're turning it back to them, inviting them to explore their feelings about their performance instead of just declaring something about it. So it's not something that's completely destructive. None of these are, really. But there are little subtle things that I think are helpful to look at. Here's the second one. Practice makes perfect. Have you ever heard that from your parents when you were learning how to play the piano or learning a new skill? Now, That's a common phrase, not particularly helpful to say to our kids. Why? Because they're already working hard on things and they never get it perfect, do they? Do you? Does practice really make perfect? You know what? It's probably more accurate to say practice makes more permanent because whatever we practice, we get better at, but it's not necessarily adaptive. You could practice being in a negative mood, for example, and you're going to get better at being in a negative mood. So instead, what if we were to talk to our kids in a way that affirms their efforts and helps them to understand that the more I work on something, the better I'm likely to get at it. And let's just leave the perfection standard out of it. I think that's the thing that spoils it. Let's look at another one. You're okay, almost in an anxious way. You know, sometimes if your kid stumbles and skins their knee or falls down and they're crying, it's our natural tendency as a parent to try to comfort them, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but telling them you're okay sometimes triggers a little thought process in our kid's mind that, oh, well, shouldn't I be? Is there some reason why you're sad? You know what? I saw this most flagrantly when I was doing child custody evaluations. And I kid you not, I saw an exchange where the mother in this case was sending the child to go over to the father's house for a weekend, I think it was. It may have only been an evening. But as she was preparing the child to leave, she kept saying, now you're okay. You're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You're going to be safe. The kid is going nuts because of mom's anxiety. Do you see this? So instead of saying you're okay, notice that when your child is hurt, yeah, of course they're okay. You know that. But
all right, let me pause this this video to take a call. All right, Grand Rising caller.
Hi guys, good morning to you listeners. Good morning to just about everyone.
Yes,
I'm giving God thanks for another day that the Lord has made, and I'm exalting His name because He is worthy first and foremost. I give thanks unto God.
Yes.
I'm still at work, so I was a bit engaged. That's why I didn't get to call in yet, and I think I have to stop talking. I might be in an over session. However, let me continue to talk and yesterday's topic. I hope the caller is listening presently because most of all, I'm trying to address something here, but I listened keenly, and here he said this morning that he has no limit. He has no limit for his kids to leave the house, and that's totally a no for me. One, I am going to say age 15, too young. I'm not gonna let my child go at age 15. No. I will try and make sure that I listen to my child. Why do you want to go at age 15? And then I can plug some questions and get him or her some vital solution and some methods of why it is too young to go. I will just, walk my kids down through all of that, and allow my child to get more sturdy, to build up more confidence, and to get his feet. Yes. Get her feet on the ground first before leaving home. So age 15 for me is a no. But come age 20, 21, get out. No, man. You need to go out there and you need to start. Guess what? The thing is if we're going to start our kids at age 18, 19, 20, that's a no. We have to prepare them. When I said I would let my child go at age 15, I would let her go at age 15, but I am preparing her from age 14. I am there putting in the necessary preparation. Like in age 14, age 10, telling them telling them about when you go out on your own, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. I'm teaching them, putting in the preparation. If you're going to cook chicken, you can't just get up and take the chicken out of the freezer, throw it in the pot. You have to prep first. So preparation in everything that you do. If you're going to do an interview, you have to do preparation. Preparation, whatever you do, preparation makes anything you do come through good. It's healthy. It's always good. When you prepare, preparation is never led to failure. Preparation is always led to excellence. Preparation always leads to success. If you don't prepare, you're going actually to failure. But when you prepare, you're moving on to success. Okay, let me give someone a bit about me and my sister. We even call this program, her name is June. Yes. Okay, we were in the house. I went to live with my dad at age 12. My dad did not marry to my mom, but he was married. My dad, at the time, my dad is a minister, a bishop of churches. He pastors 8 churches in Jamaica in ministry, where he go and minister. But at least about 4 of those churches were his own church that he built up. My father was a bishop. My father was a big businessman in Mandeville as well. Not only a bishop, but a big businessman. I don't want to call him a million here, but my father was a multitask, well-successful man. Mm-hmm. So we could have been in the house and we could have been there looking at my dad's success and say, oh, my dad has so much money. My dad as a lumberyard, so at home he has his big office. In Mandeville town, he has a furniture store, appliances, and other houseware where he sells towels, bread, and all those things. You name them. Yes. My father has one of the biggest church. He owns one of the biggest churches in Mandeville, pastorally. So, my father was he had a big house where he taking NCU students for boarding, and teachers and students board there. My father had a shop in Crossroad. He was a multi-task millionaire. When my father passed away, his body was shown 3 days before going to his grave. My father buried in a house that we can walk into, stand into. The people can go clean it. They have windows. Because he was that type of money man, they could have afforded to give him a state funeral or ever. This could have not held us in the house because it's time for you to get out as a kid. So no matter how much my dad had, it was time for us. We were prepared to go out there and make sure that you do your thing. So we cannot just count on what our dad had. But if we fall short, if we're doing something and we are unable to press through, to go through, then our father would say, okay, she has a skill or she's doing that. Let me give her the tool, the necessary tool, which is good. So to this caller, I am saying to this caller now, your child has to go. When you says, if your child is good behaving, if your child wash the dishes, keep the place clean, don't be unruly. No, that's a no-no. No, when the children are in the house, in the adult stage, no matter how they wash the dishes, they were just going to do it 1 time, 2 times. Even if they keep the sink clean, come on. You don't want you and your child to be going through the same door. When you go to work, your child is in there, girlfriend come, or my boyfriend come. So your child has been going through the same door with you, with boyfriend and girlfriend. No, man, it's time for your child to get out there and start their own, do their thing, get on their feet, flat-footed, feel how you feel, feel how... when you go about it, when you were struggling, when you went about putting yourself together as adult, Your child needs to go out there and fend for themselves. Your child needs to go out there to form, build their life. Your child can't just be stagnant around you, just being there. No matter how you take it, at the end of the day, someday the child is going to messed up. You're going to mess up yourself and mess up your relationship. You're going to mess up your child too, because your child is not growing. Your child is under your wings, feeding from your wings. It's time for your child to get out there and grow. Because when you have the child under your wing, you go out, you prepare food, we're cooking one big pot. No, man, it's time for you. I prepare you. Then why did I prepare you? I prepare you for your calling. I prepare you to go out there, man. You can't just, okay, look at it. I send you to school. What did I send you to school for? Did I send you to school to continue to maintain you? I send you to school to get an education so that you can be independent. You can be independent on your own. You don't have to depend on anybody. God forbid anything should happen to me. My child is ready because I prepare her for that. That's why I sent you to school. I cannot keep on maintaining you. Age 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, gone down to 30, 40. You're in my house if you're even good behaving. Come on, I don't want you in there. You got to get out there. You got to grow. Go spread your wings, man. So you're going to start having kids in my house. Yes, it's my grandkids, yes. But, you're not going to start having kids in there. Go out there, spread your wings. Stand on your own and cultivate a sound backbone. Bring my grandkids home to look for me. Yes, I can call and say, okay, I'm coming to pick up my grandkids. I want to see them. Yes, that is fine. That is okay. And it's okay to give your child the necessary tool. And if your child is sick, it's okay for you to take your child in until your child recovers. It's okay for you to go look for your child. It's okay for you to give your child prepare. For example, let me say when I said the necessary tool, I want somebody to understand. If your child is doing something, for example, your child is open a restaurant and is unable to purchase the necessary things that he or she needs in the restaurant, and you have it, you can help your child. You can buy your child a stove. You can buy your child the necessary tool because your child is moving on to something. Your child is a designer, just maker or whatever, and needs a machine. You can give your child the money. You can give your child the $300-$400. You can purchase it for your child. How much? What does it cost? And you can do it because you're giving the child the necessary tool to continue to pursue her career, her career in the direction that he or she wants to go. So you're helping your child. If you have a special needs child, a child with a disability, I wouldn't tell you that child cannot go. I'm going to keep my child that has a disability in my house. I bring him here, and and that special child God has given to me, I know that child cannot do it on his own, so I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep that child. That child can stay in my house until womanhood, because she has a disability, and it's unfair for me to put out my child or to send my child out there with a disability that cannot work to go out there and fence for himself. When I said a disability, if my child has a deformed hand and she cannot work, I'm going to keep her in my house. If she's dumb and deaf, I'm going to keep her in my house. If she's blind, I'm going to keep her in my house. And so those are the steps: special needs, disability. That child, I'm responsible for the child. God forbid, whatever happened to me in life, somebody picked up the bits and pieces from there. But when your child is up and running with all its normal senses moving, you sent him to school, you sent him to college, or he didn't go to college then, but you sent him to good school, and he achieved what he should achieve. You have a child after age 21, 22, 23, going up 30. You said that child can stay in your house and wash as long as he washes the dishes and he has manners and respect. No, that's a no. You are to allow the child to go and grow, spread their wings, build their own, have to have their own. Mother have, father have, blessed be the child that has his or her own. You cannot be pampering, you cannot be sugarcoating and covering the children. You cannot having the child under your wings. That's a no-no. For me, no man, you have to let them grow. You have to let them go their struggle. You have to let them know how hard it was for you to buy this house, how hard it was for you to buy the things that is in there. Chances are, and it do happen in life. No matter how they're manageable. When you come, sometimes you have a tendency to talk to them about anything. It still doesn't matter, and you're never gonna stay in my house. Yes, even if you don't disrespect me, you might be slamming the door, you might be kissing your teeth, you might be doing other stuff in the house that I'm not quite pleased with. I have to be coming when I go out and work, or I should come in, the light is on. I'm going to say, okay, why so much light burning in the house? Nothing's wrong with it. You hear the child give up. Well, the child is an adult, but you're an adult. You should be pushing your door, doing what you want to do in your house. You have to, when you push your door, you have to be saying to another big adult you have in your house, why is the light on? Your wife might say, I'm not approve of this being happening in the house, because the child knows that, guess what? My dad or my mom are covering me under their wings. I can do anything. Whatever I do, it's going to suit my daughter. Or whatever I do here, it's going to suit my mom, because I have the pet and pamper. That man, he will have to go if he talks too loud. That woman, he will have to go if she talks too loud. Why is the light on? You come in, Jordan, why is the light on all day in the house? Why is so much light on? I don't see a problem with it. You talk, so till Jordan just step left you and shut his door and go into his room. Even if he doesn't shut his door, he's ignoring you. If you had allowed Jordan to go out there, grow on his own, build his own, pay his own bill, he will know what it is to turn the lights off. Let him go out there and have his own family. You're never going to have your family in my house. You're never going to build a relationship in my house. Me and you has a relationship as a mother and daughter, or mother and son, or father and son, or father and daughter. Come on, but you need to allow the child to go out there and grow. Nobody sending your child to grow, allowing your child to go and grow does not say that you are differing, or you're throwing away your child, or you're throwing out your child. And you shouldn't have to tell your child to move out at age 20, 21. Your child should know, I'm adult now. I finished school and college. I'm working now. Why am I in my parents' house? I know here my little 13 years old daughter says what age she wants her house, and she's saving. She said she's saving to buy a house. My 13 years old daughter, that this is what I am preparing her for. I am hearing the things from my 13 years old daughter that I want to hear. Am I a good mom? Yes, I am, because I'm preparing my child, and I started to hear the things my child is saying. My child sits and asks me questions. Mom, when is a good age for me to go? I am explaining all of this to my child because it's necessary, and she's asking vital questions, and I'm putting the bits and pieces with the necessary arrangement. I am putting it in place because she ought to know. At a certain age, she got to go. Stand on a footing off your own. They got to start. Leave the baby stage. They got to stop creeping. You can't creep all the while. You have to creep before you walk. Now you're walking until you're running. Are you going to run around me? No, it's going to be a mess. No, you have to allow them to grow, but be there for them. The good thing about allowing them to grow and preparation, be there to help them with good encouragement, good guidance, because they will always look to us for guidance. They will always look to us to ensure that they're on the right path. Responsibility is a must. They must have a responsibility. And at what age do you want to stop responsible for your child? At age 20, 21, as long as the child is working, you should stop being responsible for the child, because that child is not a special need. I said if the child is a special need, there is no limit. God has gave you that child, and that child is special and can help it or herself much. You've got to be there for the child until death, until whatever down the line God say, because you bring the child in this earth. So guess what? There's a disability. You got to continue to do what you have to do until whatever happens. But a child that has is or normal, everything, every members on your body are normal. I sent you to school. Come on, man, come on. You got to get up, brush yourself, go and fence for yourself. I am not going to responsible for you after age 21. No, it's just a no. I will aid you. If you need help, I will give it to you. I will stretch my hands to you. And I will make sure I keep in touch with my children, my daughter, my son. We had good relationship. My children are my best friend. Your children should be your best friend. But what I'm saying, allow them to go out there and grow. Stop pampering them. Stop being baby them. You're going to baby them for the rest of their life until age 50. Come on, man. They got to go out there and grow. After age 21, they should be man and woman on their own. You can give good instruction, vital things on the table. Instruction, help them to grow more, help them to be a better man and woman. Yes, we all make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes, but they will find themselves all together, just like me and you did. So we got to guide them, but in the same time, they got to go and grow, spread their wings. You have to take them from under your wings. You're going to pamper them until they become crippled under there, till they become defined under there. They're going to become, turn good for nothing. What some of us parents in days gone by would say, you're good for nothing. We don't want to keep them under our wings until, God forbid, that happen. Even though when some parents or some people said you're good for nothing, it's never good. They're not good for nothing, but you cripple them under your wings. We don't want to do that. Words are power, and for the caller that says they have no limit, you're crippling them, and that word is a powerful word to keep them under your wings. No, that's a no. So that powerful word that you said, you're not going to allow them to go. You should allow them. I'm changing over my shift grade.
Okay. All right, caller. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing. God bless. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. All right. She has to go because of work. Okay. You heard what she have to say. Call in and share. All right. Yes. And also the next bit I wanted person to talk about as well, when is it all right for we to start taking care of our parents? Yes, as you've been hearing, I play some clips and people talk about, the age that, you think that the child should leave home and start making life on their own. You understand? Go out there and start building a life. You understand what I'm saying? But at what age do you think that you should start taking care of your parents? Okay, some say when they get old and can't help themselves. Some say, I help my parents out and my parents help me out. Me for one, ever since I have been on my own, I don't look to my mom for anything. I think that my mom sent me to school. She did her best, and it's my time now to take care of my mom. You know what I'm saying? They got to give you a time to build yourself, not as you start working. You understand me? But I think it's your duty to know, start taking care of your parents. Come here, say, yeah, that's what I think. So, what do you think? It's our duty. Because we could go on and on and on and on, because, you have some people out there, and them parents are suffering, and them take it hard to take care of them parents. You understand? They take it hard to take care of their parents. You understand? Send them go to good school. You understand what I mean? Them, and then it's their time, and they're not doing nothing. So anytime your parents need you, you should be there. I do. Yeah, not true. Of course. I would never stretch my hand to my mom. You understand? As I said before, I was saying yesterday, when I left home at the age I left home, 19, and when my mom calling me for I am the one that still to make a sacrifice and still give it to my mom, I find it hard to look to my mom. I would never do such thing. No, I would never do such thing. Alright, you know, as well as, you know, I was talking about, you know, that clip I find with they fired this girl because she said that, you know, the boss said, what's going on? And she said, you know, it's a protest with the man killed the black the police officer killed the man, you know, murdered the man, and they fire her because of that. Also, you know, I'm seeing a clip as well where, you know, this gentleman in Toronto, he painted himself black, you know, and went out to protest, and they arrest him for that. Like, seriously, what's going on, people? You understand? It's not like he was like destroying the place or, you know, doing something offensive. The man does paint himself black. You get what I'm saying? And they arrest him for that. What is going on? Is this world going crazy or something? What is wrong with these people? My elderly disabled mother, I am there for her. No, mom is the best friend I will ever have. Sure. Of course. Alright, you know, I've come across this this video the other day. I saw it on Facebook. Persons like sent it to me, but I didn't really play it, but I'm gonna play it now. You know, this lady, this white lady, she was saying some really important things. I think this video got 13 million and something views. I like what she was saying. But can this racism really end up, people? For real? Can it really end? Is it really going to end? Like, seriously? Wow. I was seeing another video where this lady was saying that, you know, she was taught that black people in the least, every other race is above black, and black is nothing, black is not important. The lady said when she grew up and she sees certain incident and you know certain things, she start looking to certain things, she realized that it is nothing no go like that. You understand? She said she was taught as a little girl. You understand? And she was taught in school. I don't remember which country she's from. Was it the US or something? She said she was taught in the school that black is not important. You understand what I mean? I said to you, every other nation is above black. Wow. I am so disturbed. But anyways, let me play this clip what this lady have to say. Alright.
Many of you have probably, you know, thought this, seen this, heard this, or whatever. I'm not on the news and normal news feeds and all that other kind of stuff, like, at all. So I had just heard yesterday while I was doing a welcome call with one of our intercessors about the whole incident with George Floyd. And I am not one to, like, jump on conspiracy theories, and I don't get into all this identity politics and all that other kind of stuff, and I will not jump into something until, you know, I have facts first. And I will, you know, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff where law enforcement is involved and whatnot, you know, my husband was in law enforcement for 25 years, and so I will say with that, on that note, you know, everybody absolutely loved my husband. My husband is an amazing and honorable man and such a lover of people. But, you know, there was definitely crap that goes on police departments. I will say that. However, in relation to this situation, and oftentimes in the past, we have seen situations where, you know, the media puts a twist on things, right? And they, you know, didn't show that, you know, the man pulled a gun or had just, you know, beat his, you know, wife to a pulp or, you know, whatever. All kinds of situations. They just show, you know, the end result. And I'm not trying to justify or make excuses or anything like that. I'm just saying that when stuff like this comes out, I hold off until I get the context of the situation. Not that anything really justifies someone losing their life, but there is such a thing that they call out there, you know, death by cop, in the sense that there's people that are half-cocked, they're on drugs, they're whatever, and they will purposely pull a weapon on police officers, you know, and force the situation where they end up getting shot and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, a lot of times there's a history of suicide attempts and crazy stuff. So, knowing that, I typically hold off before I say something. This situation, however, has me so bothered, so pissed off. I am trying to not take judgment in my own hands. I am trying to hold on to my religion, as they say, because there's that justice piece that I carry. I have a really strong justice bent. Always have, probably always will. You know, as a kid, used to get in fights constantly, defending the underdog. Never got in a fight, like, for myself. Always defending. So I have a really strong justice bent. And so, watching the video yesterday, I don't give a rat's behind what transpired prior to this cop holding this man down. It does not matter, simply because the fact of what I saw was this man was fully detained and no longer struggling. He was handcuffed, belly down on the freaking ground, and yelling, well, not yelling, I'm sorry, barely breathing, right? Pleading for his life that he couldn't breathe. This police officer, who is trained in, you know, self-defense measures, trained in the ability to detain someone, knew that this person was no longer a threat. That the force that was being used was no longer necessary. I am so livid. I don't care. I'm so watching my words, you guys. I'm so trying to be careful with my words right now because I obviously want to respect and honor my audience as well. I don't care that he got fired. Who cares that these police officers got fired? I want the gosh darn trial to start, because this was straight up, no questions asked, murder. This was murder. This was a lynching of sorts. Whether it was racially motivated or not, I don't care. I don't care if the man was black, if he was Oriental, if he was Hispanic, or he was another.
I know a lot of persons have seen this video, but I love when these people come out and talk. Not only our nation people, but I love to see other nations speaking out and yelling out. It shows that, you know, the system need to change. There is something radically wrong, and a change has to come, right? Has to come.
White man. What happened was straight up murder. Now, with that said, I am not going to detract from the fact that this was a black man. I don't get the racism thing. So I have been one of the people that have been like, no, this can't be racially motivated. You know, and I hear the black community with, you know, the Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, and I hear them and saying there's so much racism going on. And for people like me that don't have a grid for racism, I don't see it because I don't relate to it. So first of all, forgive me for not having that lens. I don't ever want to have that lens. But I don't also want to detract from my brothers and sisters that are going through hell. And if that is the case, it is going to take every freaking white American to stand up and make a difference, to stand up and say, oh, hell no, not in my country, not on my watch, not in my lifetime. This is going to stop. If this is actually what's going on, that we have Black Americans that are literally afraid of law enforcement because this kind of crap is going on, it's not the Black Americans' responsibility to stand up and try and change that. If it is rooted in racism, if it is rooted in any kind of white supremacist crap.
Exactly. Grand Rising, Bowling Boy.
It is our job to stand up. I will tell you that I have been one that's like, okay, so when there's a Muslim terrorist attack, the Muslims need to stand up and reject those people out of their religion, right? The peaceful, loving, wonderful Muslims need to go, oh, well, hell no, you're not Muslim. Get the hell out. I'm saying the same thing for white people. We need to stand up and look at whoever this is, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's whatever organization of white people, and say, oh, hell no, you are not American. Oh, hell no, you don't embody what we stand for. And oh, hell no, you're not welcome in this country, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how to fix this problem other than every white American using their peer pressure and saying, this is not okay. And I will say the only thing I can think of that might change this within law enforcement is there needs to be, special circumstances that if a law enforcement officer unduly causes the death of no matter what color the person is, they need to be prosecuted worse, because they're supposed to have a standard that is far and above beyond any of us, right? They're law enforcement. They should be elevated to a much higher standard and bar than the rest of us. Therefore, in my opinion, they should be prosecuted at a higher standard. In my opinion only. And you guys can disagree. You can say I'm half-cocked. I don't really care. My opinion, those officers need to face the death penalty. Period. I don't know what else would be worse. And I don't mean the death penalty in some cushy prison either. I'm pissed off. If this is what's going on in our country, it's your responsibility and it's my responsibility to put a stop to it. It's not the victim's responsibility to put a stop to it. It's just like this freaking Me Too movement. People need to step in and stop the perpetrators. Don't make the victims have to put a stop to it and be victimized further. The Black community should not be leading this. This needs to be led by the white community. We need to put a stop to this. I'm certainly hoping that there is something on the agenda at the federal government level that's going, okay, enough is a freaking enough. I totally believe in backing the blue. I totally believe in law enforcement and the good men and women that are called to be civil servants that have a heart for humanity and community in general. Totally back them. But those that shouldn't be, those that are tainted, those that have their own agendas, those that are power hungry, those that have polluted the system, they need to be dealt with, and they need to be dealt with harshly. My opinion, I should probably get off my rant. I'm just so infuriated. So infuriated. I'm partially infuriated at the white people for us not doing something already. And I'm one of them. I'm one of them because I didn't get it. I didn't have the lens to see it. I'm like, racism? What racism? I'm not racist against anybody. But you know what? There's crap out there. There's pollution out there. I do have to remind myself that we do not fight against flesh and blood. That we fight against powers and rulers and principalities of darkness. And they're the ones that are pulling the strings of the idiots that are being their puppets. So, with that said, the prophetic and intercession community, sure as hell better stand up in a greater stance to fight this where it needs to be fought. So we're not just constantly chasing around picking the fruit, but we actually cut off the head. We cut off the root of this tree that's producing racism in our country. It is long past time to stop it. America is supposed to be a city on a hill. America is supposed to be a light to the rest of the world. And I tell you what, where the hell's the light? Where's the light? Who's going to stand up and start a movement? What white community is going to stand up and start a movement that protects our brothers and sisters? We have this huge movement that has to do with human trafficking and slavery, as you know, as far as trafficking goes. We need a movement bigger than that. We need a movement bigger than that.
Okay, there you have it. She hit some points there. I tell you, I like this lady, man. I tell you, she hit some point there, right? She hit the nail right on the head. For real. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. Alright, you know, oh, time flies so fast, people. It's almost 2 hours here already. Alright, if you want to call in and speak on the topic, or if you want to call and, you know, you want to give a testimony or something, you could just call and WhatsApp. Those are the number there, alright? Those are the number there. We have about 50 minutes left to go. Wow, the time run fast, people. Time is flying. So you have to make use of every minute, right? Time is flying so fast, I tell you. Wow.
God said to me, giving up shouldn't be. Sometimes the going seems rough, but still don't give up. Keep your head up high. I see how hard the wicked them a try. Remember, God is standing by. Standing by. He will save me from the stormy night. Oh God, God set me free. God set me free. Because I take my troubles to thee. Take my troubles to thee. No more will I worry. No more will I worry. God set me free. God you spoke to me. When I take my troubles to thee. Take my troubles to thee. No more will I disagree. No more will I worry.
Alright, somebody said, don't think that we should quick to run out our child out of the house. Don't matter the age. I think every patient do them thing, alright, different. That should be parent. Every parent do them thing different. It's just the love you have for your children. Not because you have a hard life growing up, that don't mean that your child should go through the same as you. Okay, that's someone else opinion. Alright, thanks for sharing your opinion with us.
Oh Lord my God, ruler of the universe, without you around me, what life really works? Now you're sending out your orders, I'm preparing to do thy work. Enemies get confused from the words from my mouth. Oh God, keep on, watch over me, watch over me. troubles, take my troubles to thee.
Indeed. All right, let me see. We have a couple minutes to go. If God said, if you put everything in God's hands, God will set you free. All right, but moving along. All right, I'm just gonna play a few songs and then I'm going to bless you and leave you. All right, this is okay. Let me take this call. Hi, caller, you're live again.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone. You hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, I'm just looking at the whole scenario with the child and mom and or parents and the kids. Kids speak back to their mom, and it's not right for no kids, yeah. Doesn't matter what age you are, yeah. Speak back to your mom in whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if your mom killing you, or you know what I'm saying, it depends upon the situation. If your mom killing you, but no parents supposed to want to kill their kids anyway, because you carry them from 9 months in your stomach. So there is no way no parent should want to kill their kid, that their kid have to be abusive to them, because you have to remember that is your mom, yeah, carry you from the start to the finish.
Yes.
And then from the stomach, then you're on our breast. You got to remember these things that your mother do for you for you know what I mean? For be nice to your mother. You cannot do it.
All right. If you have a child that is disrespecting you, what would you do? That all right. All right. Say for instance, an 18-year-old, 19-year-old child, your child disrespecting you. They talk back to you constantly. Or you do handle a situation. Say teenager.
Yeah. Well, if it's a constantly because you have certain boundary. Yeah, where you're looking for, if your kid go over a certain boundary, then you're not gonna have it. You know what I'm saying?
But how do you deal with that situation? Well,
I mean, if it's in the home, yeah, I would have my way. I would have left the home. I could have. Some people might hold to, but I would have left the home, because I know when you do things like certain things, kids quickly to use back things on you. All right, so my point is now I want to do it so keen that the person don't say, oh, it's you run me out and make this happen to me or whatever. What would I do? Yeah, I would have leave the home that she's abusing or he's abused me in. Yeah, leave the home, rent somewhere, right? Rent somewhere and leave them and tell them how much the bill is at this home that I'm going to leave for them, and say, look, the mortgage to pay, the light to pay, the gas to pay, the phone bill to pay, the this, that, the water, everything. And I will be leaving that home in there, and because you're abusive to me, I'm going to leave this home to you, right, to see if you're a big woman, are you a big woman, are you're capable of what you're telling me as a kid. So I'm going to rent somewhere and
wow, so you're giving the child your responsibility. Okay, the phone is the signal is breaking up. So you're giving the child you're turning over your responsibility to the child to let them see what you're going through if they can manage.
Yes, I would leave the home, because I don't want kids trying to play weird adult, but you have to know how there comes about. And they want to judge you. And they're quick to judge you. Oh, it's you do this, it's you make this happen. You're not gonna run him out and call no police to come over, but you move out. Because say he's not working, he's not having nothing to put on the table, but then you want to be this big woman or big man in the house. Okay, fair enough. Then I'm going to rent somewhere, me and the partner or whatever. But I'm going to...
Oh, wow. Signal is really bad today. What's going on here? Signal is breaking in and out. Okay, this caller say he would have moved out and left the king and left the child there to take responsibility. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I don't know why I have the phone breaking out and breaking in. You know, I know what that's what I would do. You know, people that do good in life, yeah. People always find those people. People are, no matter what you're doing, and you're doing it good in life, people always find you, right? And try to play their wrong part. You sometimes you're a good mom to your kids, and the devil, you know, do so hook them for them to be like horrible to you. So what you do now, give the devil what you want. Leave the house for him to take care of, and then see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a rent you're paying at that house, and the landlord,
yeah, but that can turn out bad for you in the end because that child can't manage. But how long would you go for? Because those bills are gonna be banking up on you. You are the one that have to come and pay that bill, because you know that you're just trying to prove something to the child, right? But then again, all them bills is gonna be banked up on you. How long you gonna move out for?
So what you want to do then? You want to stand the abuse? You want to run him out and then
no.
Yeah, unless you can take.
No, me personally, okay.
It's gonna say on you because
no, listen, me personally, my child is 18, over 18, and you're gonna be ruding to me you're gonna be disrespecting me in my home. I'm the one feeding you, taking care of you. No, you got to go, blood. You have to go. Then why am I supposed to taking care of a grown child, yeah? You reach years of consent and you are disrespecting me constantly. Why am I to continue to keep you under my roof? No, that means you're an adult because you're talking back to me. So you got to find your way out. That's my opinion.
Yes, but I know that's a silly scenario. But then when a child, yeah, start arguing with you at home, yeah, you know that they head up it right. So to let a person like that go on the street is like,
the internet it's breaking out again. It's breaking up again. Wow. Yes, if you reach age of consent and you feel like you want to disrespect me and you feel like we are the same size because you feel like no, you are doing the things that I am doing, then you got to go. You're not going to stay under my roof and disrespect me. Oh no, that's a no. Alright, we lost that caller. Another call was calling in as well. Alright. Let me see. Yes, man. If you feel like you come of age, because why would you be disrespecting your parents anyways and do up manners to your parents? You understand? Alright, caller, you're live.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Grand Rising, blessings.
Grand Rising, everyone. Alright. As to the topic was from yesterday to today, and we were talking to a caller a while ago, and I talked about the kid at 18, and whatever, if him rude, if him bad in your house. Well, me have kids. Them rude, very out of line. Rough them up, but me friend them up. Show them love. You know? So, them rude as...
Yeah, but do you find out why the reason why your child is behaving the way he's behaving or she's behaving? Do you get to the root of the problem and to see what is the problem? Because behind every behavior, it must be causing from something. Do you, like, sit and talk to them and find out what is the problem?
Well, I think say, some of the time, they follow a friend. That friend, the company when him keep, if that one they rude to his mother. So him feel like Sam can talk to him father anyhow. So she come try with you. And as you know, I'll tolerate with her, you rough her up. Words. Maybe if you recall, but you still friend her because you have a year one, you have to be there for you. You have to friend you, not try friend others out there. Although we are one, as yesterday we were talking about family running out and putting out at 18 and things. As the black race destroy themselves at all times, me can see that because you see, white and I'm suffering let out them kids, yes. But let me tell you something, it's best for you be a friend with your youth. Build your friend with your youth. Build a family with your youth. That's your blood. You know, leave him to go suffer. You got you bread and butter, saltfish and and you achieve. And then
no, but but don't get it wrong. We not say we don't say they must be but don't get it wrong, you know, we not say they must go by any means, you know, they have to go as long as they reach age of consent. Because you would like to know that alright, yes, you're 18 no, you're 21 no, or 19 no, come get up, pack your bag and go. Because the child or the young adult is not working, yeah? They have no saving, they're not working, probably just leave college, just leave high school or something. You're not going to just put them out like that. But then you prepare your child to go there to meet life, you get what I'm saying?
Breaking up. Yeah.
I'm saying that. Yeah. Not because your child reach age of consent, you're going to go ahead and put them out, right? But I'm saying to you that if you know that your child, you're not going to just put them out like that. You're going to make sure they're ready for the world. And you're not just going to wait until you're 18 to say, okay, you already know, let me teach you about the outside world. You start preparing them from even the age of 12. That's why at school, as young as alright, say a 12-year-old, them say alright, they always ask the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? So based on what that child want to be, you as a parent, you help to prepare that child to be that person that they want to be. You don't shield them and protect them. Oh, I'm scared of my child to go to the outside world because I've been through this. I have to protect them, because you cannot protect them from anything. You can protect them to a level, but it's your duty as a parent to make sure that your child is ready for the world. You understand? And it's their choice.
Chris.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I have nothing saying about that right now. That is true. That is true. But what I'm saying is, like, some of the time, all of these preparation, some of the time you don't have to do it. Some of the time it's mature. And the kids leave. And you're still proud. You know, but we are talking about the mother and father where struggle with them kids now at home where them can 7 or 11 and them are bad with them parents same way and they're struggling the way I talk about. Because you have some mother, you know, they don't have to do nothing because the kid just fruitful, he just stick on to things and gone, he just go and fly, come back in and feel like. And you have some cling to them parents, you know. And then we are talking about where they struggle now. Some of the time, you, the mother, have to show them love, the father have to show them love, constant love that, yeah, you know you're rude, but at the same time, sit him down and talk to him. Still buy him things. If you have it, can give him. If you don't have it to give him, reason with him. Word, sound, and power. People in my ear.
Alright. May I ask how old is your children? How old is your children?
One 17 now. She does 6 years old for done up school. High school. One 21 now. Big man at work. He can.
Okay, so he's working and he's contributing to the bills and everything.
He live amongst the more lady. But I always keep in him life. Talk to him. Reason with him. If me not have no money for him, reason with him. You understand me?
Right.
And that's some father enough to do. Father and mother for try to do. Reason with them, you, because watch them ahead. They know right from wrong. Right? And if you reason with you might do, watch out. You big. You do wrong thing. Nobody can beat you. You don't think you have a boy. Nobody you're big now. When you just look a bit and him wrong, you have somebody over and beat it. You understand me? So, now, we realize that as well. We realize now. See the war we are going to America. A black and white are do it, you know. But black get the blame because a black person is dead. And black and white, me say, wait name here, hustly people in place, you know, but a black alone get it. You understand me? So we black people now, for reason with family, no let them out, reason with them, groom them. Because watch out, some are going to take different things, but I don't know, I don't go through it still, but I tell you the best way to do it, my past youth, them a pass and them are going good. Reason with the youth, them man.
Alright, let me answer this. Alright, let me answer this question because yeah, I agree what you're saying, yeah. Reason with them and prepare them for the road. Alright, because remember, you know, the topic is at what age do you think your parents should be taking responsibility for a child? Or in what age or stage? So at what age do you think that okay, you know, I think my 21-year-old now need to be on his own, he need to start, you know, having his family or maybe find somebody, get married, start a life. At what age do you see that? You think that should happen or you'd want to see that happen for your child?
For my child, no. As when we see no and oh, you have to think about the modern time too, you know. You have to understand that, you know. You can't think about the olden days alone. You have to think about the modern time. See, right now, you have some youth in my produce from small. See, like cartel youth now. See, my 16 and him get a youth where him not supposed to start getting a youth here. But him can't afford it because he earn. His mother don't have to feed him. His father don't have to feed him. Him have a lot now. You understand me? And that come by a road where his father travel. Him see it as a road model. And him take on to it. And move to it. And the blessings of Jah make him have it. So we know the black race where we always talk about love. We say, do this up, let's up, do this up, let's up. You can't give love out that door and you don't have love inside. I worry my family them inside. I'm rude because when things are done, you have to do your part and you don't do your part. And when me have to do my part, I'm going to do my part. And then say, I have to do something. Go do my part, you do your part. And we're done. We reason back again where I am gone. You know, we reason back again because what? The reason is the key thing, is the relationship that I go form. If you can't reason with the one, the best thing you do, leave him alone. Not have much to say to him. He will come on, he will see himself and come on and say, boy, you know, so I made the problem. I never really. I'm grace of the problem, you know. I made the problem. And he will come over and come apologize. If he not apologize, he will come over and come pick round because we know when people have a come to say something, I come to try to be with friend. We can feel that, we can see that by action, word, sound, power. Reason with the youth them, and that's my cancer grace. Tell the people them, reason with the youth them.
No, it's teach and learn, you are telling them. It's teach and learn, you are telling them, innit?
Yeah, reason with the youth them, man. You see all the youth, with the two youth them, we have two youth, and me have a caller where I say, him not let out for him youth them. I love the caller there when him say him not let out for him. It's not have say youth them bad and let them out. But sometimes the youth them man and need a different giant where the one they come good and the one they come. Because negative and positive work, you know. You have to remember that negative and positive work. You understand me? So you can't get the good pitney and I love him up.
Alright, so
can't get the bad pitney and
at what age did you left home?
Love him up and
at what age did you left home?
Me left my home.
At your parents? Your parents.
We start provide from 7. My mother home 14. 14 me left out and me go on my granny yard. 14.
Yeah, but your granny's but your granny is still like your parents, you know what I mean? Like go on your own, you know?
Yeah, but what you know, what the sweetest thing with it now, I have to start pay water bill.
Okay.
Every month I have to pay my water bill. That's the sweetest, but I live free. But I have to pay my water bill every month.
At 14?
At 14.
So you was learning how to be responsible. So they was training you how to become a responsible man.
But me done I learn responsibility from my mother already. Because when me at 7 and me look on my mother table, she run go buy some yam and come back and think and wait. And me have time when me can go pick some ackee and come put $200 more on the table because me pick 10 dozen ackee and me get $5.
Wow.
Put on $2 for mama. You understand me? So at that time, tender age, me, you see that now me reach at 47 you know. Me still a jump up and a run go.
Right, but at what age did you go on your own? At what age did you went on your own?
14 when I say my mother. Oh, they get me leave like.
Right, yeah, you live on your own, you're paying your bills, you're paying your rent.
19.
Oh, 19. Was it by choice 19, or did they say 19. You had to go?
We didn't move, I leave from Kingston, one Garrison era, to Gregor Park, one next Garrison era. If the people them there, they wish to know me. Because I never hide myself. You know. But this guy is this program, I know you may not call your name because you don't tell me that from man.
Right.
I come over there so at 19. At 19. See? And when I come to 19, I build my first house. Me build it. You know? And I come to book and I have one brother, I have one sawmill. He come in and capture land because one Garrison, you live for Garrison because a certain thing and my father friend say, boy, come over here so come because you have some people that migrate from Harcourt and come take a piece of land and then them make a life. So we go and boom and build my house. When I build my house and thing, I end up with that one with some little thing and a big man said to me, say, yeah, you know. Because Lead Kingston get one thing from one iron from a friend. Gone up a penitentiary. Walk with it 2 times and I have to say nothing more.
Right.
Big man said, yo, the big man said, yo, come out of that. I'm say, alright, easy youth. I'm come to the barber. And we did it until now. At 19.
Right.
You understand me? We used to pay rent. When the house happened, you have to leave the house because them come kill a man next door me. A friend said to me, come pay some rent, right? So other people and I come to boom and pay some rent. And I end up and say, alright, you want them have broke my shop too much. Go back at the shop. And I go back at the shop. And I did the shop until now till I meet a lady. And we have a house together and youth and thing and very not living wealthy as in 120,000 I walk in my pocket at daytime. But sometimes I want 3, 4, 5,000 in my pocket. Well,
yeah. But because right, but you know, I asked you all of this to say because you know you were trained how to be responsible. So it's when you reach 19, you build your first house. So if you don't train your child, then you are going to be scared for your child and fear for your child to go there, you know, because you're trained.
The train was natural, you know, girls. The train was natural, you know. The train come on natural, you know. Mama did like, alright, I can't remember one thing now as I talk. I want to say, Mama, I'm hungry, you know. Mama said, go look something to teeth and all this. Because frustration, you know, you get up. And my father, him take one to alcohol. Him take one and to alcohol. Because him try, and the try when him try, him fail. You understand me? Him fail. You know, so him take to alcohol. It's not saying he not try, but him fail. Many more you can tell about what I'm saying to people out there as we're talking about the black race together, the love and unity we have. We can't have our own black and put them out. When them wrong, find ways to groom them, find ways to talk to them, find ways, because if you're friend with others out there, who you're a friend with and you have your own and you can't friend with your own. You always call upon God. God, Father, God, and when you're young, you call upon Him. When you're old, you call upon Him. You understand me? So you bring forth your seed now, and you forgot tell your seed to go fly to all the next country, all out. You go mix with other people and your seed that, you know, see how black people are scattered themselves all over.
Hold on. Adjust that bit. What you mean by telling your race stuff to fuck? Explain that what you just said.
No, I'm saying, alright, like how we raise a scatter all about, like as one mother me ever say, our son, I don't know if she still a listen, but I mean always a listen. She has said our son, if he come out of the house and go all Australia, go all Belgium, and him build and him have the bread from where she have. Yeah, blessed the mother, blessed the child have. Yeah, but then again, when you remember, I say, a year you that, and when you make him gone all over, you don't know the struggle where him have to go through, where him have to face. Yes, master. It may come to an oppressor to achieve what him have. It may little him things for what him have. So if you alright, so you would send your child on a program to the US to work or any other country to work? That is, you send him to work, that different, but she was saying like the kids them come out and go after them own and go far and do this and that. You send him America wait to a work program. You will be calling him, you will be rare, and at the same time it's America that he will send for you as a father because him file alright. You understand me? But when you tell you to come out of the house because him to come out and go on, what kind of relationship am I going to have back with you guys? No, I don't have no relationship with it. That's different, Mama Grace, with it sent to America. I'm just trying to understand. Remember they're teaching, you know, so the students have to ask you a question, you know. Alright? Because I want to get it clear everything what you're saying. I got it. Right. Very amazing, man. I just the vibration, man. I just the vibration. And the vibration, the communication with you and I that we need. That is why ones find time for the program. You know. Right. The vibration. I appreciate you sharing. Yeah. Yes, I appreciate you sharing. Yeah. Alright, so you take care now and more blessings, alright? Alright. Yeah, grand rising to everyone, you know. Blessings, yeah. Yeah, blessings. Thank you so much for calling in. Alright, there we have it. Blessing done call. Alright, so it's time for us to end the program for today. Alright, let me play this beautiful song, alright, by Zana D.
What was oh, bless the world. Protect every woman and a man, every boy and every girl. Eternal, better place. Oh, lions, oh, guide us. We need your mighty hands. Lead us from danger and destruction. Oh yeah, keep your people bold, healthy and strong. Oh yeah, I say, all around us we see his body is piling up, boy. Oh Father, protect us from the wicked purpose, from the wicked virus. Forgive us, oh yeah. Oh Lucifer, yeah. Oh, as we have been you so much, Father, place, oh, lands, oh, guide us, we need your.
Alright, blessing body at wax. Blessing.
Lead us from danger and destruction. Oh yeah, keep your people bold, healthy and strong. Oh yeah, I say,
alright, Zana D, beautiful song. Bless our land, eternal Father. Alright, you know, it's time. We're going to say goodbye to you today for today. Alright. Thanks for every caller that called in today. Well, I appreciate it's teach and learn. Everybody opinion and views is important, you know, because you know we out here learning. All right, it's a good luck, it's a blessing, it's a privilege. All right, I just want to bless you and leave you because it's time to go. You know, remember later, people, it's karaoke 6:30 UK time. All right, so you just hold tight and be good. All right. And as the last caller said, let us unite and do what we got to do. All right, let us unite and do what we have to do. All right, so I'm going to love you and leave you and enjoy the rest of your day. Teach and learn is Tuesday morning again. All right, 11:30 UK time. All right, until 2:30. So see you Tuesday and teach and learn. See you later and karaoke. All right. So come later and see artists perform. You're going to see comedian, have an interview as well. Have an interview and the karaoke. Have someone going to come and showcase their talent. So please, you don't want to miss it. Soundman link up as well. So please stay tuned. 6:30 UK time. All right. Ta-ta. Continue to do good, because if you do good, good is going to follow you. If you choose to do bad, then bad is going to follow you. Ta-ta. See you later. Bless up Sister Sherry. Bless up Jason, bless up Boland Boy, bless up Shorty Slick, bless up Father Costy, bless up Buddy, alright, Dan Carl, Charles, bless up Bernard, alright, three persons I'm seeing right now, bless up Sharon, bless up Sean, okay, Michelle, bless up Sims, Ken, alright, and bless up Nicola, bless up Dan Chef, see you later, Vibes Ross. Always in tune.